Love that bubbly water. What's up? It's Greg, burning both ends. Burning late afternoon today. This is the second post for the day. I'm doing it a little bit early. Me and the missus are going out for a lovely Mother's Day dinner celebration to one of our favorite restaurants, a place called Corso in Berkeley, California. We love this place. Nice little Italian place. They have one of the best chicken dishes. It's like this butter chicken. It's just, it's incredible. Great cocktails. Just a great place. Great intimate place, but somewhat casual, but just phenomenal food. So we're going to enjoy that. And so doing a post a little bit earlier today. It is 4:44 p.m., May 12th, 2018, and today's topic is fitness, health, my paleo diet, my strength training, my cardio, sort of the routine that I built for myself in 2018 that is really just producing phenomenal results for me. You know, we're mid-May. I started this in early January, so we're about 5 months in, and so, you know, we're kind of over the hump of starting something new, and really feeling the real benefits of it. I'd say we're in like the steady state. And then kind of a little bit of an irony is at tonight's dinner, I'm going to break my paleo diet. Just want to have some pasta, want to have some red wine. Should be good. Celebrate with the missus. Just and the real point of the whole weekend is just gratitude toward my wife, toward my mother. Just, they've both done just incredible jobs raising families, and just to show appreciation. So we got my mom some flowers. Of course, for my wife, got some flowers. We're doing dinner tonight. We'll do some celebrating tomorrow. But it's all about just gratitude toward them, appreciation. The work that a mother puts in is it's incredible. It's incredible how this woman creates this human being inside her body, and then essentially grows it, nurtures it, ejects it, continues to nurture it, feeds it from her body. My wife did breastfeed, and it's just a incredible process to watch, and it's so much work. It's unbelievable how different the father's work is, and it's just the connection with the mother and the child is unbelievable. It's biological, so it's orders of magnitude greater in my opinion, but so it's all about appreciating my wife tonight and tomorrow. And today we had a great family day. We went to visit her mother in Walnut Creek, and so that was a lot of fun. It was nice and warm there. Went swimming in the pool. The pool was a bit cold, but still a good time. The kids love it. The kids love going to grandma's. So great family day. Gonna have a great evening with my wife tonight. And so hey, let's get into the topic here. So we're on fitness. So late 2017, I decided, hey, let's put some changes in place. Let's get the health moving in a better direction. Not that I was unhealthy, but just in a better direction. And I was searching for some things to add to my routine. And so diet came up, and then strength training came up, and then just also the things I was doing. Let's try to tweak those in a kind of ratchet them up a little bit. And so my essentially my 2018 routine for building a healthy Greg is here, and it's in full effect, and it's really it enables this burn at both ends thing to happen. I don't think I'd be able to do it if I wasn't as healthy and as fit as I was. I'm in the best shape of my life right now. I'm really proud of that. And late 2008 decided to make some changes. I was first interested in doing some fasts. And then I had a conversation with a coworker, and I got turned on to the paleo diet. Reduced refined food. I knew I was looking for that one. The mental clarity through ketosis is another thing that I've experienced that I really enjoy. I'm feeling really sharp. It's fantastic. And then the keto coffee. I always love a coffee. And the keto coffee just does it for me. And that, got me excited to try it. And then, here we are in May, and feeling much better. And I've also added a strength training routine and a stretch routine to my practice, and that rounds out my health plan. So let's start with the paleo. So the keto coffee, always love a coffee. So in the outline at the bottom, I have my recipe. Not that it's rocket science, it's actually rather simple. And there's not one recipe for keto coffee. There are many recipes. So I just reveal the one that I use, works for me. I find that I'm eating a lot more whole foods and much less processed foods, almost no processed foods for that matter. I'm reading labels more, reading more of ingredients, understanding what's in food. It's amazing how much carbs are in things, right? So the whole point of the keto diet or the paleo diet is to get the carb intake below a certain threshold, so that way the body goes into ketosis. When I'm in ketosis, my body looks to fat as the primary energy source instead of carbs, and hence this fat burning concept. And the weight loss I've experienced is really just a side effect. I've lost 20 pounds since November. I think a lot of that's water weight, but still, it's just great to be so trim and fit. And I also find I'm eating a lot less, right? I'm actually having to measure food out for, because you can't just go nuts on vegetables, because there are carbs in vegetables, so you got to measure out food. And so, and it's great for the budget, I have to say. And I found before I was on this diet, I would just eat so much. And like, for example, I would have my dinner, and then as I'm picking up the kids' dinner, because they'll eat about half their dinner, I would finish their dinner on the way to the kitchen sink. And so, like in that 20 steps or 15 steps, I would eat almost an entire another meal. And and who knows what mentally I was going, thinking why that was okay. It's kind of funny. Maybe because it wasn't formally sitting down and eating, I didn't think it was a meal. Not really sure. But anyway, that now is no longer. I just eat my meal, and I have to say, this diet challenges me from a cooking standpoint. I love to cook. And so it pushes me to make more veggies and learn more about veggies. And then also, it's great for my self-control, which is something that I think we all struggle with self-control. I certainly do. And with the self-control comes the self-confidence. And I'm really benefiting from that. If I were to have to pick the single greatest benefit, it's the self-control and self-confidence I'm getting from this diet. In the outline, I've linked some resources and also down below in the description. There's an awesome diet article that my sister-in-law gave me. It's just about all diets. It's just a great read. And then a really good resource for understanding net carbs in food in case you want to jump into the paleo diet, because that's the critical thing. It's net carbs, not total carbs, right? So any fiber is taken away from a total carb count. So like, for example, avocados have a lot of carbs, but they're very high in fiber, very low in net carbs. So that's my paleo. Oh yeah, and then also I love the fact that I eat nuts. I love nuts. I love peanuts, even though they're not technically a nut. It's a legume. Learned that for the first time a couple weeks ago. Kind of shocked me. Like, wow, peanuts are not a nut? That's crazy. And then also cashews are not a nut. Cashews are a seed. I almost feel betrayed by these facts. But I'm really getting into the 2 highest fat content nuts, because part of the diet is getting a lot of calories from fat. And so macadamia nuts, pecans, depends on where you're from. But those are 2 very high fat content nuts to have. And so part of my meals is a quarter cup each of those. That's 400 plus calories, about 40 plus grams of fat. And then just maybe like 4 net carbs, something low down there. So that's the paleo. And then the stretch routine. So my kids like me in the room when they're falling asleep. They like me to stay for a few minutes. And so I started doing some stretches, and now that's turned into a whole 15-minute stretch routine. I love it. It's like a little mini yoga session. Do some back bends, do some hip openings. Definitely hip openings for men. My wife has done yoga teacher training and the advanced training, so she knows a lot about that realm of yoga and fitness, and what she learned and told me is that men typically have very tight hips, and this is what usually causes lower back problems, because lower back is a very small muscle, and the tight hips, right, the lower back tries to compensate for the tight hips. And so for men to do hip openings, this really helps the lower back, and I definitely agree with that. And so I love some hip openings and some back bends, because right, we're always crouched over at our computers and hunched over. So back bends are really critical, and so that's a great 15 to 20 minute routine I do while the girls fall asleep. So works out great for both of us, well, all 3 of us technically. And then I got my strength and my cardio. So my cardio, I bike to work. I have the luxury of being about 4 miles from work. It's a great 4-mile bike ride. The first like 3 or so miles is pretty flat, and then the last 3/4 miles is 750-foot climb roughly. So that's a great interval workout. And then on the way home, race down the hill, and then I just sprint that last 2 to 3 miles to get some cardio in. And then over the weekend, I had some strength training. I'll take the girls to the park, and while they're playing, I'll do like a little 20-minute routine. I got 5 exercises. I do push-ups, crunches, the bicycle thing where you're bringing the knees in and the elbows back and forth, kind of like for the abs, pull-ups, and then vertical push-ups. And I'll do 3 sets, and I'm working toward doing 3 sets of 30 reps for each exercise. I'm not quite there yet, but really empowering, really does me well. Really enjoy it. And so this is kind of really rounding out my health plan. Talked about the 5 F's, so this is a really focus item on my fitness. And yeah, it's working for me because it's a routine. I don't have to think about it. I just do it. I just get into action. I love that. It really empowers me to succeed. And it's really, it's working great. And it is kind of funny that today's post that just tonight I'm going to break my paleo diet. Actually today I had I guess the first beer I've had, actually the second beer of the year, right? Because beer is horrible for the paleo diet. I mean, you have to have that. I don't know. I'm not really thrilled with those really low carb beers, and I really like an IPA, and that's pretty much half the carb budget for the day is one IPA. So that's why I can't even go near it when I'm on my diet. But I'm going to get back on the diet tomorrow, so it's just a one-time deal. But really excited for this, really working for me. And so so that rounds out today's talk. A little early. Right, the sun is shining through, and this is like a crazy amount of light coming from here. So I have the garage door half closed, but the sun sets right here, and so in the afternoon, the sun comes right through the garage. This is a beautiful place to work in the afternoon and the evening because the sun's right on you. It's not so hot here in Albany, California, and it's just incredible place to live, incredible place to work. Really feel very lucky to have all this, and so I want to be grateful for that. And as far as the channel goes, I hope you're enjoying it. Please subscribe, please comment down below, ask, tell me what you're up to, tell me what you're doing, ask questions, ask for help. I'd love to help however I could. And the beats in the background, that's my alter ego G Money, so please, if you like them, check them out. They're great to work to, keep them in the background. I mean, they're also great to listen to, and just straight ahead. So it's I really enjoy writing those beats, and that's about it. I think I have my cheat sheet over here. I post that down below. Let's see, anything else? No, that's it. Oh yeah, and then there are a bunch of links in the description. Check them out. Some motivational videos, some other things, some good stuff to look at. So anyway, we're going to have a great evening tonight with my wife at one of our favorite restaurants, Corso. You all have a great night. Celebrate your mother. Celebrate your wife. This is a great weekend for it. And we'll see you in the morning.